everybody, my name is Brock Fitzgerald. Today I was wanting to get a video of my new bell that I made, and as you guys can see here, it looks pretty good. You guys might not be able to see it from this view, but unfortunately I did not get a video of how I made it because I thought that the video would be too long for you guys, because I know that some of you guys out there have some projects to do like I have to sometimes, and I was just want to get a video of my bell for you guys today, so enjoy it as I give you a demonstration and how I made my bell, so you guys enjoy it. Alrighty guys, so here's a closer view of my bell. I'm gonna move it back a little bit, that way you guys can see it. As you guys can see, it's a pretty nice bell, and as you guys can see, I've added a little bell to it. I got this bell from the same place I got my drill press, MSI, or Agri Supply as it's known in the modern 21st century. As you guys can see, it looks quite good, and I made the holder for the bell from a piece of square stock, piece of wood, and it holds up great. It took a lot of aligning to align this board, and these two boards are actually held together with these pilot screws. Not pilot screws, I don't remember what they call. My granddad told me what they were called, but I can't remember now. But anyways, I've got me a little bell here, and as you guys can see, it looks awesome. This other side is also held in with pilot screws. You guys might not be able to see those, but this bell is, after all, a very good bell. It's very useful. As my grandfather would call it, a dinner bell, as back in his day, his parents would be ringing the bell to tell their children that dinner was on the way and that dinner was ready to go. So, bottom line, I would like to call this a dinner bell because my grandfather likes to call it a dinner bell. One interesting point is this is actually my very first bell model I've actually ever made. I've been wanting to make one of these for some time, but again, because I got so many projects to do, I really hadn't had time until this morning. So I got up early this morning, as the song goes, and came over here to my grandma and granddad's house and made this bell. And I'm gonna tell you guys some of the features of it. We've got a nice little handle out here, made from the same material that this stuff is made out of. As you guys can see, I didn't bother using a hacksaw to chop that off. I just chopped it. Doesn't seem to be too much of a problem, but at least that's not pointy right there, because it would come up and slap you if you had your hand right at, as well as the handle would too. So always, if you make one of these, do not have your head right up close to the handle, because again, it could hurt. It could hit you. Now, as you guys can also see, I've got me a little lanyard hooked up to my swing here, and all you gotta do is just pull it, which I'll do that at the end of the video. I got me a little block here holding the assembly together, so if I ever want to transport it, all I gotta do is just take out this. All I gotta do is just take out these two pilot screws, this one and this one, or not pilot screws, I have such a habit of calling them pilot screws, but all I gotta do is just take out those two screws and the whole assembly will come off. And I am, however, planning on to make a proper stand for this, like they had on the old dinner bells back in the 1940s and 1930s, even back dating to the 1880s. And I'm going to show you guys a modification that I made to it. Whenever I first started to ring it, I only had this held on with some Loctite super glue, and it kind of gave away after about a few minutes. And so what I decided that I would do, I actually drilled a hole in the board, and in this one right here, one imperial size below this screw right here, and then just threaded it in there. And I also have some Loctite glue around that joint right there to prevent it from moving around. So that's the modification I made to it, because with the Loctite glue only and not no screw, it just kind of gave away. So now I'm going to give you guys a little demonstration on how it works. So like all bells, it has a lanyard with it. And now some of you guys might be thinking, can you ring this with your hand? Yes, you can. But I like to ring it from a lanyard because this is so close together against this piece of wood right here that I would not like to slip my hand up and get a splinter in my hand from that piece of wood. So I'm going to go ahead and ring it for you guys, and that'll be concluded of this video. As you guys can see, I'm pulling my little lanyard here. And again, I got this bell from MSI, or Agri Supply as it's known. And this is the little stand that came with it. I actually decided to make it into a swinging bell to where it swing up and down, up and down. And that's one other feature that I added. Instead of using the stand where all you got to do is just pull the string, I actually took it off the stand and made it into a swinging bell. But you can also pull the string if you prefer to. So now I'm going to ring it for you guys. And I'm going to try to do a double ring for you guys. A double ring is whenever it rings in this direction and in this direction. So I'm going to try to make it do that. There, it went one. And this thing does have a habit of sliding over and catching onto this piece of wood here. So that's why I like to have my lanyard at an angle to make sure it doesn't do that. And I also like to prevent this from coming out and falling out, which has not happened yet. As you guys can see, it could come out easily. And, well, actually, it couldn't slide out because the bell would stop it. But I just don't like to have it right at the end. I like to have it like right around there, and that's why I have the tilt on the lanyard. Alrighty guys, so that concludes this video about my bell. And probably in the next video you guys will see me working in my new workshop. I have not got a video of the workshop, or actually I did get a video of the new workshop, but the video turned out bad. Or actually the video didn't turn out bad, it just didn't upload to YouTube properly. So so probably in the next video of the next project, you guys will see me working in my new shop. And I'll also give you a tour of it at the end of the next episode. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And before I go, I'd like to tell you guys about my friend Kipkay on YouTube. His name is Kipkiy, Kipkay. If you guys have not checked him out yet, he knows how to do pranks, hacks, and he also knows how to make quite a bit of things. So be sure and check out Kipkay, Kipkiy on YouTube. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and subscribe to the channel if you please.